All right. Yeah, Matthew McConaughey start. That's how it's gonna go. Happy Valentine's Day to my fellow bowlers. I hope you are with loved ones right now and it's a good night for you so far. It's still a little early. I hope you're in Massachusetts. The sun isn't going down quite as early as it used to, so it's still a little bright out. But still, I like the nighttime vaporwave motif, and so yeah, all that stuff is good. I'm simultaneously streaming on YouTube right now, so I don't know. Let's see how it goes. All this fun experimental stuff should be interesting. And I hope the music isn't too loud. If anyone in the comments, all two of you, feel like letting me know if it's too loud, then whatever. Thanks, Paul. Paul Connolly leaving a cool comment right now saying Strike Machine. Yeah, things have been going pretty good. So I'm pretty. Yeah, it's been going pretty good right now. Let me actually kind of go back to where I wanted to start with this. It's currently February right now, and the thing about progress is that it's not a straight line, right? That's one of the hardest things of investing all your energy in something is that I sometimes I'll make the joke that in my head I always throw a 300, which is hilarious if you think about it, but it's also really true because you know what to do as a bowler. You know what you need to do in all of these skilled games and sports and stuff like that, and you're competing against other people, and like you want to do well. You really want to do well and stuff like that. And so when it doesn't go well, okay, cool. Thanks, Paul. Paul just said the music at a good volume. So when it goes wrong, it does not feel good. And it's really hard to vocalize the emotional hardship of just not knowing what to do. Bowling sometimes can be so confusing because there are a lot of factors. I mean, there's the basic factor of your body and your movement and your mechanics and your technique. And for someone like myself, where I don't have something set yet. I don't really know exactly what I'm doing quite yet. I mean, I'm getting better, of course. It's the point of progress and stuff. But like, I still am not an expert in my own swing. I'm not an expert of knowing where my hand is. Like when you talk to the more experienced guys, they'll do these like. Rob Green is always doing this when he's explaining. I have no idea what he's talking about, but he's always doing like this with his hands. So, about 3 weeks ago, and I promise I didn't stop doing Monday Night Rolloff because I was doing so bad. It was just me bowling in lots of Monday night leagues. But it coincided, note to self, with not doing Monday Night Rolloff. And it started with me filling in on a Monday night league, and I had nothing. I had no action on the ball. I literally felt like I was throwing a straight ball. Like it's just what it felt like. It was really disheartening because, like, when you're bowling, it's really good when you kind of know the action. You can feel the ball. You can feel it going into the pocket. You can feel the lane. You can feel the movement. It's very intuitive. There's actually something in bowling that I try very much to stay focused and tell myself and tell other people when I talk about bowling, which is you have to train yourself in an uncomfortable way, but until you start internalizing it and you rewire those brain passages, those neural pathways and stuff, rewire them in the correct way, it's going to take to feeling good. You know what I mean? Like you have to feel uncomfortable until it feels good again. And that's like this process of learning and stuff like that. But when it feels wrong and you don't know why and you can't get moving forward, it's really frustrating. So I was basically throwing a straight ball on these lanes, and it felt terrible. I couldn't get any action on it. I couldn't get any movement into the pocket. And my go-to for what I'd been doing wrong wasn't working. So my go-to normally when things go off is to slow my feet down, because I tend to have fast feet. That's really where my long time problem is. And probably since I started bowling again, my footwork has been rushed. It probably has always been rushed. It's probably always been too fast. But when I started doing that, then I just started pulling the ball. So I was throwing a straight ball that I was pulling. And that did not feel good at all. So I really had to think about things. I really had to decide how I was going to approach this. And because I didn't know, I really had no clue when I was asking, Al, and I was asking Rob, and I was asking the other really good bowlers who are my friends and help me out with stuff. I was asking them about what to do, and they had no answers. And so when something like that happens, you just kind of have to throw a lot of bowling balls badly. And there's one thing I wanted to focus on, and it's almost like the difficulty of doing this stuff with people, right? Because you're on a team and there's people you're bowling with. For me right now, it's not really like my friends. It's people who've added me to their bowling teams and stuff like that. Not in necessarily a bad way. It's just the fact of the matter. And what really ended up like hurting, like it hurt me, was throwing a bad ball, missing a strike, and turning around and seeing people like this. Right? Like that's the last thing you want to see. You don't want to see this when you're turning around after throwing a ball. It was horrible. So probably for about 2 weeks I averaged 150. I couldn't get out of 170, 175. The other thing too is that I was bowling in 4 leagues a week for 2 weeks basically. So I was doing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. And without a doubt, that's just not a good idea. like you need practice. You just need practice. In bowling, you just need practice, and I just didn't have time to practice because I was too busy bowling in leagues. So I don't exactly remember when something clicked. I want to say it was my Friday night league, which is usually like a good time for me to sort of mess around and try stuff out. And I was having another bad game. I think I was at like 148 or something like that. And I just said to myself, I'm like start from the bottom. Just start from, what are you doing wrong? Start from the bottom. And okay, so just a little tidbit about myself. I don't necessarily believe in the active mind. I'm gonna get so esoteric in a bowling vlog. So the part of your brain that is always talking at you and telling you what to do and whatever, this is very much Buddhism stuff, which I love interjecting into these conversations. That part of your brain that talks is not the part of your brain that does anything. The part of your brain that does stuff is a totally different part of your brain. So talking is usually here, doing stuff is usually here, right? So sometimes you just gotta let this part figure it out and then tell you what's going on. So I just had a intuition that I was dropping my ball too early in my steps. It just came to me, this answer. And so I started delaying the start of my swing until a little bit after my second step. So I must have been starting halfway through my first step, which would have been extremely early, And if it's extremely early, that means the ball has to kind of go oddly through its swing. I can't even explain it. I want to say it goes too fast through its swing, but I don't know. I don't know what that explains. It just makes it wrong. Like at the end of the day. And so the second I started that swing, let me actually take a little bit of a half step back. This was all kind of going on during the PBA Players Championships. And there's a new guy that got, out of nowhere, this guy's in the finals. Arturo Quintero. And Arturo Quintero is a Mexican bowler. I'm Mexican as well, half Mexican. And so I was like really rooting for him in the Players Championship. I think he finished third or something like that. But so something about Arturo Quintero that is beautiful is he has such methodical footwork. It's just really, really slow, and he doesn't start his swing. Ooh, I just got really washed out. He doesn't start his swing until he doesn't start his downward motion until his third-ish step. And I just remember that standing out while I was watching it. So that played into my mind while I was thinking about things. And so the second I slowed it down, it was just right on the mark. And then it was right on the mark. And it's like 220, 250, 230, 250, 220. I swear, I don't think I've thrown a sub 200 game since I figured this out. Which is crazy. And see, that's the magic of not of things being wrong. That's why it's so great when things go wrong, and I personally want to especially hold on to that. I think I have a good attitude about most things. I'm a positive person, and so I don't when I was slumping, I wasn't like, why me, and this is terrible, and I hate bowling, or the guys who kick the ball return. God, guys who kick the ball return get really they just do something to me. But so like I guess it was so anyway. So the point just being that sometimes you have to have something be broken really badly, and then if you fix it, there was actually a whole bunch of other things that were wrong before that happened also. So it's great. It's so great when something goes wrong and you fix it and you like expand your vocabulary of knowledge on something. And so now I'll always know to check my drop, like when I start my swing. Just like how I know to always check my feet now and always check my steps, and my footwork is getting better now and stuff like that. That's also another thing I've been working on lately is my posture, which I started very hunched over, then I went to being very upright, and now I'm kind of a slightly hunched over now, and it's really been like it's just been really smooth. I think something I always notice about my videos is I'm stiff, which is so funny because I don't feel like that while I'm bowling. I don't feel like I'm like my footwork is very stiff. It's hilarious, but I don't feel that way. I feel actually kind of nimble on my feet for being a big guy, but I guess I'm not. So anyway, so just all these things are coming together, and even on Sunday, I was making a video for a ball review. I'll get to that in a second. And Rob Green, who is a 235 average bowler, multiple-time NEVA champion. I always talk about Rob because he's my friend, and he really took me under his wing, and he's been helping me out with a lot of bowling stuff. And he was like, man, you're looking good. He's like, you're just looking good. And he invited me to go to a tournament to double with him. And that's when you know things are looking good, when a 235 average guy says, come to a tournament with me so we can maybe win it. Not so bad. So that's good. Slumps are good. I'm gonna when I start making my t-shirts, I'm gonna make one that says slumps are good. and I'm gonna remember this little phase of my bowling career because I sincerely think it's kicked me up to another level. Sincerely, pick this up. I'll be above 200 average by the end of the year. Just everything's in line. It's just working really good right now. So I'm very happy about that. Okay, so enough of that. Slumping, getting better. Super excited about that. So next, I'm very excited about this. I'm pairing up with my local pro shop, AJ's Pro Shop, who's Alan Jasmine, who is sincerely one of the nicest people I know in my life. Just one of the greatest guys. Totally took me under his wing. Former PBA bowler. Just we talk a lot. You have sometimes you meet people in your life, you have like a real connection with them, and I think Al and I have a real connection, and so. He's going to help me out with bowling stuff, and I'm really appreciative of it. And so for my ball reviews for here into the future, it will be brought to you by AJ's Pro Shop in Northampton, Massachusetts. There's gonna be a website launching pretty soon. I've been working on that, and yeah, it's been really cool. So for my first bowling ball review brought to you by AJ's Pro Shop, I should probably think of a cool catchphrase like Monday Night Rolloff is a super cool name, so I need to think of like check out these balls. But see, that's like really cheap. That joke is terrible about the balls thing. It's like so lame. Anyways, so this is the new one, the new Hammer 3D offset. First of all, this ball smells, and I thought Hammer didn't make smelly bowling balls, but it does. I don't know why. It is a pearl with a sanded cover, so it's shiny, but it's sanded. I like this ball a lot. I wasn't planning on like actually having this ball get into my arsenal because like I like having a set bag. Like I like having a bag that's that it is what it is, and I can count on it and whatever. Robert, I was just mentioning you. You're a second late. But so this Hammer, I didn't think I would like it as much as I did, but I love it. I really like it a lot. And I think it's going in my bag, and the ball review for it will be up shortly. So yeah, that's really exciting, and I want to make a career. no, the Hammer Rob, not Rob just did the Batman na because of he's mocking me for Duca, the Dark Knight reality. So thanks, Rob. But so, yeah, I really want to make this bowling thing my gig. I want it to be something I focus on. I have a lot of things coming up in the future. Making content and doing these videos is a part of it. It's part of what I want to accomplish and do. So I'm excited, and it's great to have already at this point someone to partner with that can help out, and I can help them, and as things grow, it's just good to grow people you have around you in something like Rob. Even though Rob should be lucky that I'm around him. Okay. So as I dub my all my bowling balls, I have the 3D offset is going to be called Specs, so 3D X-ray specs. That's what I'm kind of going after there, and really the last thing is tournaments and stuff like that. My thoughts on them recently. I haven't been to one in a little bit, but I'm going to be going to one next weekend. Singles handicap, and then last weekend I was supposed to go to a doubles, and that kind of fell through. And really making me rethink certain, going to certain tournaments and inviting people and stuff like that, and maybe just sort of doing my own thing and stuff. But unless it's Rob, right? Rob is like, I know I can just scoop up Rob from his house and we can go to a tournament. Like he's gonna go because he's severely addicted to bowling, like I am. But I also am trying to put all these little things in the sphere of my bowling life, and yeah, tournaments are something I've been trying to think about and see what place they pull. I like them a lot. I think I learn a lot every time I go and I grow a lot, but it, sometimes they're like a 2-3 hour drive on a Sunday morning and stuff, and like I just don't care. I'm just not that kind of person. I don't care. So, anyways, so I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But I have a feeling I'm gonna do all right. I mean, I think if I enter in things, it'll be okay. So, um, so yeah, so that's all I got going. Again, happy Valentine's Day. I am going to go enjoy some dinner with my wife. We are making ourselves some chicken tikka masala because there is not a single decent Indian restaurant in this area of Massachusetts for whatever reason. So we'll see how that goes. But anyways, all right, everyone, thanks so much. Have a good week. Enjoy bowling. As always, leave comments. Let me know how you're doing. Reach out. I'm doing this to meet other bowlers and get connected and stuff. And yeah, so I'll see y'all later. Robert, I will see you soon as well. So everyone have a good one. Take care. Bye.